Question: so no RV until Trump officially takes office on Jan 20th? Marks: I have simply not heard that. 80 to 90% of my contacts believe we will be going before December 10th. There are a few outliers' opinion that we won't be going until Trump is in, but the overwhelming majority believe we will go between now and December 10th. The CBI introduced a second channel where the CBI pre-funded dollar account of the domestic commercial banks that have CBRs. Correspondent banking relationships, with who? Citibank. This is coming from IMF Article 4. Citibank says, we are not involved. JP Morgan goes, oh, we're not involved. It's in black and white. Quote, Citibank for trade finance, this has allowed an increased share of cross-border payments to be cleared through commercial banks. It's not my words. Google it. 2024 IMF Article 4 Consultation 68-page PDF file. Download it. I bring this stuff in from the International Monetary Fund because they are part of the structure of getting Iraq to become international. Iraq's share in the IMF quote, when Iraq announced that it had paid off all its debts to the International Monetary Fund last May, it was leaked from the central bank that the cash reserve exceeds $110 billion and that the country's gold reserves amounted to nearly 150 tons. It is known globally that governments that can get rid of the burden of debt to the fund and the World Bank are the most successful in managing the affairs of their countries. Today, Iraq intends to increase its share in the International Monetary Fund by the equivalent of 1.45 trillion dinars, which will support its voting power within the fund, contribute to attracting investments, create a promising business environment, and achieve real development. Parliamentary Finance Committee reveals a move to question the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq. We are working to change him. Quote, member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, Mohammed Nouri, revealed on Sunday that there is a move within the committee and the House of Representatives to question the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, Ali al-Alak, due to the lack of control over the stability of the dollar price and the dominance of private banks over the currency selling window. TV saying we have upped our gold supply to 153 tons now. Frank, no, absolutely not. It's much more than that. Question: a while back you mentioned the US Treasury Department was displeased with the controls the CBI put in place to crack down on the money flow from Iran and its proxies. I thought the US has no control over when Iraq could bring their currency to international market. They don't. But if Iraq wants to be part of our markets, they have to comply. That's it. An interesting weekend in Iraq. In Iraq they were very busy and working over the weekend. We do not know the timing, but there is a massive push in Iraq to go before December 10th. They say that's when they want to be complete, so they need to go sometime this month. That makes the most sense. There is absolutely no reason to go to numerous banks. Also, no bank is going to come to your house. There is a Dalaru machine involved and it must be connected to a high-speed secured line on a closed intranet. No, they are not coming to your house. Government advisor: Trump's ascension to U.S. presidency will strengthen relations between Baghdad and Washington. Sadoni on TV again saying the currency transition will be completed by December the 10th, which is our day of victory, relating back to the war. Frank, pay attention to every word that Sudan says to you, because every word I told you is heavily calculated. Every word is heavily measured. They are trying to tell you something, you know very well what he is saying. Congratulations. In the state of California, near the Mexican border, a city called El Cajon in San Diego County hosts one of the largest Iraqi communities outside the country. This small city, thousands of Iraqis have immigrated to since the 1980s, has become a center of stability for Iraqis wishing to go to America. The Iraqi footprint is very clear there, as Iraqi shops fill the city streets, which has made the city a destination for Iraqis from other states. In this regard, an Iraqi resident of the city who works in a jewelry store said, El Kharjon is considered a completely Iraqi city. You can live here even without learning English. On the city's main street, Iraqi shops stand out, and the Arabic language decorates the shop windows, as if you were in the heart of Baghdad, not California. Years ago, the Los Angeles Times dubbed the city Little Baghdad, due to the high number of Iraqi immigrants to the city. The Iraqi presence was very clear. Even the famous Freedom Monument located in the heart of Baghdad was designed in a cutout way, in one of the city's streets, thanks to an Iraqi merchant who wanted to add an Iraqi touch to the city, so they obtained the necessary permits and built the monument. Also, one of the side streets bears the name Baghdad, after an official request was submitted to the municipality by a number of residents of the Iraqi community. Even the American population has learned from our customs and has become very keen on Iraqi food, said the owner of the Iraqi restaurant Happy Time in the city.